What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be going over the Toronto Raptors, as they have been on a pretty good streak over the last week or so. I'm going to talk about them and their chances on a potential play-in, as they currently sit in 10th in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to go over their remaining schedule ahead and what I think might happen. But as always, guys, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get right into it. Alright, guys, so the Toronto Raptors have been playing very good basketball of late. Of course, beating the Cleveland Cavaliers last Saturday night. And then they lost in two close ones to the Knicks and the Hawks before winning two more in a row. Of course, they play the Oklahoma City Thunder tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, of course, Sunday. And the Toronto Raptors have been looking very good over the last few games. Hopefully this is a sign that they're finding their game again. Of course, the Bulls have fallen off a little bit. Of course, now Zach LaVine missing a few games. It's a three-way tie essentially, with the Raptors, Bulls, and Wizards. But Toronto has one more win than both those two teams. So of course they have two in hand. Both teams will, I'm pretty sure, play tonight. If I'm not mistaken, yes, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to Chicago to take on the Bulls, and then the Detroit Pistons are going to Washington to take on the Wizards. So, of course, the Raptors need to start pulling some wins together, but they have been looking really good. Last night was another good game from them in their 113-102 win against the Orlando Magic. Of course, Paul Watson went off for 30. Yuta Watanabe had 21. He was really good. Fred VanVleet was on a minutes restriction. He only played 23 minutes, but he had a rough night, 6 points. But as the Raptors start to get bodies back, of course, it'll be, a very, very big-time push for that play-in, and potentially, if they can get really hot, there are Charlotte, for example, in the 8th spot, that is really, really struggling with injuries. So if they can move into the obviously, the 7 and 8 spots are much better because you only need one win to book a playoff spot, whereas the 9th and 10th, you need 2 in a row. Obviously, the Raptors last night were without Pascal Siakam, without Kyle Lowry, without OG Anunoby, and Gary Trent Jr. 4 of their starters, really. Those guys, all 4 of them are starters for this team. So the Raptors, hopefully, are finding their game again. Kem Birch and Freddie Gillespie have been very, very good for the Toronto Raptors since they've been here. And hopefully they are able to string together some wins. Just to look ahead to their schedule coming up, of course, like I said, they're playing the Thunder tomorrow night. Then they play the Nets on Wednesday. So they have a couple days off and then a tough one. And then they play the Knicks on Saturday. So they only played, obviously, it was a really crunched up schedule. We got the short end of the stick. But they do, from tomorrow to next Saturday, so a week today, they obviously have just 3 games between then. So they play on Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And then they play the Cavs, the Nets, the Nuggets, the Jazz. So it starts to get tough after that game against the Knicks, although the Cavaliers. They play the Nets, the Nuggets, the Jazz, the Lakers, the Clippers, all in a row. So those are some tough games. And then they finish off the year with 6 games that are winnable. A good portion of them are winnable. The Wizards, the Grizzlies at home. The Clippers at home will be tough, but it's, depending what the Clippers situation is, they might be resting some guys. Then they go to Chicago to play the Bulls. That'll be a huge game. They go to Dallas to play the Mavericks, and then they're at home against the Pacers, and you would imagine that might be a big-time game. So the Raptors have some big games. They got to start stringing together some wins, and I think that they're going to make a push. And with the situation in Chicago, it's not looking too good. I think the Raptors do get in the top 10, and if they can pick up and find their game, they may have a shot to potentially get closer to the 8th spot, and who knows, we might see something crazy happen, and they might be able to overtake a team like Indiana or a team like the Hornets. Of course, Indiana's 4 games ahead of the Raptors for 9th. The Hornets are 5 games ahead for 8th, and then the Heat are 5.5. games ahead of the Raptors for 7th. I don't think the Raptors are going to get into the 7 or 8 spot, but who knows? Charlotte has a ton of injuries, so we might see them fall off. And if the Raptors can, play better than Indiana, make up some games, who knows what we can see down the stretch for the rest of this regular season and into the play-in/playoffs. That's all I got in this video, guys. But as always, please like the video if you and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And let me know down below in the comment section, where do you think this Raptor team is headed? Do you think they have do you think they'll make the play-in? And if so, will they finish in 10th or potentially higher? Let me know down below in the comment section. And as always, please like the video. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. We just hit 100 subscribers. We're going to continue to try and grow the channel. But we'll see you guys in the next video.